And hello to all my Pisces friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for July of 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a Celtic cross spread. It is a very good spread for general readings because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, but it focuses the most on what is going on right now, in this case, which is July. Now they've asked that I do an extra animal totem spread for you guys at the end, and they want to transition between two of them, so it's going to be very interesting there. I should also say, going back to the Celtic cross briefly, that the Celtic cross is the only spread that I do that really devotes an entire area to the environment. So there is something with the environment they want to bring up and get your attention on as well. So between that and the animal totems, we have a lot to talk about, guys. We're also going to do a rune stone, which will kind of capstone the whole thing all together. So let's get started with Pisces for July, shall we? The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right here so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great July. And we are on and rolling. What I'm doing now, Pisces, these are my ritual cuts. Basically, we cut each deck into 3 pieces, put them back together in a separate order, and then they're ready to run. Do the same with both decks here. Same procedure for personal private readings. Just like you're here with me now, guys. All right, so here we go. Celtic cross. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. 2 and 2. Nope, I lied. 2 and 4. Never mind. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something you're aware of, and this is what's below you, something that you're not. That's also usually where I go off the screen. My phone is a little kind of wide angle here, and yeah, I think it's going to be a little off. It's hard for me to tell because the holder for this thing is kind of right in the middle of where I need it to be. I will move the camera around so you guys can see. And then after your cross, which is kind of the main part of your month, we run up the sides with more information with 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to bend 10 in just so you can see it, which is final outcome. So there's that. Let me check the inverts first. We do have some inverted blockages. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Quite a bit. Actually, right around that mark is kind of an automatic discard for me. So I'm going to see right now if they want to leave it that way or if they want to upright everything. And that is also inverted, so we are going to upright everything. That is what they want. But the order needs to stay the same. Very important to do so in tarot. Quick little tarot lesson for you guys. I'm sure you wanted to know that. So now the cards are ready as far as that is concerned. The only thing I have left to do is angel cards for my big guys. There's actually not too many. Well, there's a few. I shouldn't say that. Pretty regular distribution, to be quite honest. Okay, so now it's just a matter of showing you guys on the screen what we're looking at. Here we go, Pisces. So you can see the bottom, I'm quite sure. Got the 7 of Pentacles here. Put it up there just to make sure. And then as we pan up, there's your main cross, ending at the top with the 5 of Wands. And then coming up the sides, here we have 7, 8, Oracle, 9, and 10. Final outcome in Oracle. So that is that's the group. Let's get to work, guys. Okay. Let's see what July has in store for my Pisces friends. Spreading this out so I can see it, read it better. Okay, I'm ready. If you're ready, let's do it. Starting at the beginning, Pisces, they show you and somebody else. This could be your lover. This could be somebody very close to you. Family member, friend, not really sure what. But it's 2 entities. It's usually very romantic, but it is not necessarily. So a lot of Pisces are either experiencing a very high level of love or seeking out a high level of love or just doing something very close with somebody that's close to their heart. You know, might not be love at all. Everything is a relationship. That's what I tell people all the time. You know, not all of them are romantic relationships that we have, but some of them are. So that's what comes in first, okay, guys? So that's the crux of July. Now, they show what crosses you is there is a little bit of boredom going on, a little bit of discontent. It's kind of a little bit shifty to me because we start off with such a very strong, almost like romanticizing energy, and then we go into, well, yeah, but then I'm bored. Or, you know, there's a part of it that I'm just very bored with. So maybe it's even just like a little bit of a dichotomy going on, a little bit of dualistic vibes where, you know, part of something is really good and you're happy with it, but then you have this other part of your life that, you know, you're like, you know what, this is a disaster. This is a mess. Now, these are both emotional triggers or pulls for you. It's the first thing that I need to point out. I noticed because we have double cups. Cups are the emotional suit. So this is something that, may not even be real, something that you're feeling. But, our feelings, we have to be true to our feelings. We don't want to live by them 100%, but we have to honor them. Now, we're going to talk about that a little bit more because I see we have compassion card pulled up too. But as far as this boredom, they want you to get something to be excited about here. So whatever it is that you're doing, or if they're talking about your actual partner, or maybe you guys doing some things that are going to be just excite the relationship, maybe go travel, go do some fun dates, whatever it is for you guys that's popping up here, find something to get excited about. That is always the advice when this card comes up. So that is what's crossing some of you here, Pisces, in July. As we move backwards, there's a pretty big theme coming in there. Now, this is your recent past, guys, and so this is like, not too long ago. They show doing things the right way. So either you guys have been taking care of your people, helping people out here, or just trying to basically fix your life, improve certain things, kind of detoxify certain things, get rid of anything toxic in your life, and doing kind of some purging going on there. They say, remember who you are. So a lot of you have been tempted very strongly to be adverse to that, to kind of act like somebody you're not, to do certain things that you're not, maybe hang out with other people, like, hey, hang out with this group, or, hang out with, they're not for you, it's, so anyway, long story short, let's not talk about the past. Let's not spend too much time on it. But at the same time, I feel like this is a congratulatory thing. A lot of you Pisces have done very good in this area. Okay, so when that comes up, it is still pulling through into the future position. So that is something that they want you to be aware of, that, you're going to need to keep doing things the right way. No cutting corners, no doing anything kind of, be more by the book is really what it means. Moving into your future position, they show a very good opportunity here for Pisces in the month of July with work. Okay, we're kind of switching gears a little bit here, and there may be some work going on with that past description that I told you. Pay attention to the context because, in a general reading, it's hard to kind of get everybody, and I don't know how Spirit does it. Thankfully, they find a way to do it, but there are congruences here, and they may not be talking about the work thing going in the past. That may be something totally different, but for some of you, they may be talking about getting things straightened out with work. And here you are into the future. Future here very, very soon, guys. I don't know when this hits. This reading is for July, so maybe late July, maybe early August. We have such a good window of opportunity for new business, new work, new enterprise, learning something new, college courses, working on retirement stuff. All these kind of things fall into your work corner. This pops up as such a good thing that I don't want you to miss it. So pay attention to the timeline. This is coming soon, okay? It's not here now, but it's coming soon. So if you're working on any kind of new business, entrepreneurship, on enterprise, stuff like that, keep working on it. I wouldn't launch in July, but get ready to launch very soon. Or even if it's just finding a new job, looking for something new. Very, very soon is very, very promising. So keep that in mind, guys. Good job, Pisces. As we move up to the top position here, they are showing me something you're aware of and that you already know, and that is that you're dealing with little hiccups, speed bumps, small little stick fights. That's what I call it. It's like kid stick fights. It's not a big deal. These are things that are, and now it may feel like a big deal to you, but from Spirit's perspective, they're saying no. This is like stupid human drama, little stupid stuff, let it go. It's not worth ruining a friendship over. It's not worth ruining a job opportunity over, a relationship over, whatever they're talking about there. So there's a lot of Pisces that are going through some stuff there that it may feel like it's a little bit more than a stick fight, but Spirit is saying, hey, you're better than that. Get over it. Okay. Moving into the bottom position, this is always the interesting one to me because this is now telling you something that you are not aware of. And this is something brand new. And there is growth going on. Okay. This is slow growth. So some of you may not even realize it because it's so slow. It's just like when you see your kid every day, you don't realize how fast they're actually growing. But then when you look at a picture from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, holy cow, you used to be that little? Wow, you've grown a lot. It's a lot easier to see when you zoom out. And they're saying that there's growth here, even if you haven't noticed. So I don't know if this is financial growth or working on your work or working on self-improvement, whatever it is. But again, Pisces, it's a very congratulatory energy. Okay, very good thing. So be aware that that is going on, whether you see it or not. There's your main cross. Let's go up the sides. Number 7 here, guys. This is your advice. The advice card comes in as the sickness card. So this is not just sickness, but also anxiety and stress and worries. And why would that come in for the advice? It comes in because they want me to remind you that if you are one of these Pisces that are dealing with something like that, a lot of times stress, anxiety, worries, it's all illusionary stuff because you're worrying about something either in the past that has already happened or something in the future that may or may not ever happen. That's also illusionary. So you really need to be moving your energy, awareness, focus, attention to the present. What is going on right now? In this case, it's July. Pisces, so many good things are going on here. Why would you be worried about stuff from the past? Why would you be worried about stuff from the future? Live for today. Today, for July, is looking so good here, guys. Take advantage of it. So anyway, let's move up. This is your environment card. For the environment, they are showing the Hermit card. So that shows one of two different things. In a general reading, I like to give you guys kind of as many definitions as I can. One version of this is being alone. The environment may be just a lot of isolationism with you right now. You may be away from people, away from your loved one more than usual in the month of July. Some of you may be separated, like traveling. Somebody's going here, somebody's going there. Or some of you just may be alone in general, live alone, something like that. But there's nothing wrong with that. Anytime I see that, I like to try to remind you guys that we learn a whole bunch about ourselves when we're alone. It is a very good teaching tool to improve yourself. They do bring up children here though too, so keep in mind, even though you may feel alone, you're not. you got kids here, you got grandkids, you got other kids that are bound and attached to you, whether you're an aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, doesn't matter. We have family, we have kids in the environment. Kids are popping up in the environment quite strongly. So the other I guess I have to go back to the other definition of the Hermit, which is being guided. It may not mean being alone because we have kids popping up and all around you at this point in the environment. So this could very well be being guided, or you may be doing the guiding to kids. It kind of works both ways. You may be the teacher, you may be the one learning, and that's a wonderful environment, really, I think, because it's a good teaching environment. You learn a lot from it. So again, it's learning in the month of July for my Pisces. Let's continue to move up. Moving up into spot number 9 here. This is hopes and fears. Obviously, this is a hope because it's a good thing. So let's talk about it. This is the Three of Wands. This is either one of two different things. Again, multiple definition card. Long distance move. Long distance travel. Usually it's less about travel and more about the move. So this could be something where some of you Pisces are moving, relocating long distances for work, or have an opportunity to, or moving your house, picking up and moving long distance. Now, what is long distance? It depends on the person. I would say outside of the city or the county at least would be a long distance move. Maybe even outside the state would, hit that boundary, because there's also a card that I kind of pick up as local move. That's not what they showed here. Now let's get on to the other definition, because not all of my Pisces are moving in July. The other definition of this card is a new chapter coming into your life, and that's a hope. And that's a good hope to have. It's a wonderful goal. It's good to keep your eye on the goal, but at the same time, keep very realistic goals. Don't have your goals be so high that you never attain them. I always kind of try to get people to make smaller goals, stuff that you can hit and check off and be like, boom, I did that, because that builds you momentum. You're able to check off the next thing. Oh, I just did that too. Okay. And then all of a sudden your small goals add up to very big, large goals, versus if you do just one really high ceiling goal and you try to aim for it, maybe you hit it, but maybe you don't. Maybe you fall a little short, and it kind of deters you, and you kind of like lose a little bit of your wind, lose a little bit of your luster. I don't like to see that. So I much push for, smaller goals, attainable goals. But this being a new chapter coming in is a great goal to have, and a good thing to push forward, because a new chapter is basically like, I look at it, your book, your life like a book, and it's like a story. And this is a new chapter. So you get to write this chapter, what it's going to be about. What is this next part of Pisces going to be about? It's not here now, but it's coming at some point. And that's your hope. And by hoping it, believing it, you're going to end up attracting it. It's going to come, so keep that up. And like I said, maybe the best advice I can give you is maybe just keep the goals a little small, little realistic. That's all. Besides that, very, very good. Let's talk about how we end the month. We could not end on a better note. Pisces, very, very good with the Sun card. Golden energy overflowing. Got to hit Pisces with the gold, Pisces everywhere. The way July ends, okay? Very, very good, warm, fuzzy. the pure, beautiful energy of a child's smile. It's just the top tarot deck card there is. There is no top better. Yeah, that is the ceiling. Speaking of ceilings, they do show the compassion card coming in here. So it kind of brings me back to the beginning is what we do. We kind of have gone full circle here in my Pisces reading, and we end where we start, with the emotions at the beginning of the month. Here they are telling you to soften your heart with respect to the situations you're going through and the people that are involved with you, as well as your own, as well as yourself. So not just compassion towards others, but be true to yourself. Be be a little soft with yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go your way. It is not always your fault. It's not always everybody else's fault either. But at the same time, just be soft in the month of July. You don't have to be rugged. There's nothing here. There's no challenges that I see that are basically saying stand your ground, get defensive, raise the swords up and the wands and, fight, fight, fight. There's none of that, Pisces. This is a very soft month for you guys. Yes, there are some things that you're dealing with and some things that you're overcoming and getting through, but there's a lot of good in here. And, you're surrounded by good energy, and the environment card, it ends on the best note it possibly can, so I'm not worried about it whatsoever, Pisces. Hopefully, what I'm just hoping for is that we're not talking about too good of stuff that you don't get anything out of this towards improving yourself. And I hope that we talked about enough here, and I've given you enough context that you can still implement positive changes into your life, because we're never done growing. That's the other part of that bottom card with that growth. We're never done growing, no matter where even if you end on that happy note and things are just 100%, 1000% great, it's not over. There's going to be the next challenge. There's going to be the next growth that we learn from the challenge and so forth. So it is very cyclical, guys. That is your entire Celtic cross. Let's get into your moon cycles. That's going to tie into a couple things that we already talked about here. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. We have the full moon that comes in first. That is July 13th. It's the best time to get anything out of your life that doesn't fit anymore. If it's got to go, middle of the month is the best time to do that. I'm looking kind of everywhere I've kind of hit. I don't really see a whole lot of full moon energy going on for Pisces in the month of July, with the exception of the past thing moving into the future, with the doing things the right way and keeping toxic stuff away. So if there is any toxic residue at all left during your Pisces cleanse, your summer cleanse here we got going on, I would get that out right around the middle of July. It doesn't have to be on the 13th, and it doesn't even matter what it is. Could be bad habits, could be people, could be getting old stuff out of a room, selling something, repurposing something, finishing an old project. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's got to leave your life, and get it out middle of the month. We have new moon energy coming in July 28th. That is the target for that. There's a little bit of new moon energy early in the month, but most of it comes late. That's what I want you guys to focus the most on, and that is bringing anything brand new into your life. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be new love, it could be new health, new diet, new exercise, new something with work. We did talk about that coming into your future very soon. So when is very soon? Like I said, end of July, early August. Again, these are just lining up, and the moon cycles just help you line up with big events, and therefore it helps push and reinforce it, using that energy that's already there, and just help it push through, make things a little bit smoother for you guys. If any of this has confused you, sometimes I confuse myself by talking so fast about it. I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet for you guys. It is absolutely free. It's on my website, scottsagent.com. You go to the videos page. It's parked at the bottom of that. You can check out the graphic illustration of everything I just talked about with the moon cycles and how you can align certain things in your life to them. So also, while you're at the website, let's talk about the newsletter. Make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. It is absolutely free. At the bottom of every single page, I do believe, I give my newsletter people a couple free readings every single month, guys, so it is a no-brainer. I only send one newsletter email every single month. It is just for updates. It has promo codes, save you guys money on readings. All my readings are personalized to you. So this is something that, this reading may be very accurate, but we're still dealing with bubble Pisces energy. My personal products are all specific to you. And I have a brand new mini bite-sized reading that is very affordable. It's called My Health or Chakra Scrub. It has rave reviews. You get a choice. We look at either your physical health or your spiritual health. Which one do you want to look at and take a little dive into, a little scrub into? And we check into that. Very, very good product there. You don't even have to show up for it. It's an audio product. I read it with your birth date. And the energy is all about you, so it's incredibly accurate. Other mini products available on the website too. Check those out, guys. So let's get into your runestone before we go with animal totems. Big reading for Pisces this month. Here we go. Let me show you this guy here. This is the runestone for journey. So, new journey for a lot of Pisces. Continuing on the journey path here. Getting things straight emotionally. Starting that new chapter. When is that going to come in? We have that new business opportunity coming up. We end on a very good note. So this month sounds like a journey. It doesn't sound like the finish line. It sounds like the journey. This is the day-to-day stuff, the present moment. How many times did I tell you there in different ways that the present is all we have? Let's focus on July. Let's not worry about August, September. Let's not worry about the last 6 months. Let's not worry about 2021. Let's focus on right now here in July, because the energy, guys, is so good. Why would you wait? Why would you waste it? Why would you delay at all? So journey very much makes sense to me here for the runestone for my Pisces. Let's get into your animal totems, guys. I did not use that many cards, so I will run this just the way it is. Animal totems for Pisces, you guys get 2. So this is transitional. And those are 2 that I can use. So let me grab my sheet here. Let's see what we got for you. Very first animal totem is a tortoise. We start with the tortoise. And they got you moving from the tortoise into other page. Tortoise into a ram. All right, tortoise into a ram. I just got done telling you guys that it's not the time to get aggressive, but the ram is very aggressive. So they're kind of interrupting here and saying, hey, don't tell Pisces to be soft for every situation. There's going to be times via these animal totems that Pisces needs to stop hiding in their shell. They got to get out of their shell. They got to go after it. They got to headbutt something here. So it may not be like, hey, get aggressive, get so aggressive that you go after everything. But there's going to be certain things that they don't want you to hold back on. And that's that tortoise energy. That's that shell. They did say tortoise instead of turtle. I have both of those. So it's land animal to land animal. So they're not saying that there's emotional issues here. So these are things that you guys can resolve, because if I had a water animal, they'd be mostly talking about emotional tie in there. They didn't do that. So the other differences between tortoise to ram is we're going from a reptile, we're going into a mammal, something with hair, a much more kind of diverse animal. The ram is also very good at walking on the edges of the cliff, which reminds me of the Fool card, which means journey. Ties into your runestone quite perfectly. So what else can they be talking about from tortoise into ram? Ram is also Aries, so some of you may be very connected to Aries in the month of July. Maybe something to keep in mind or consider, because the ram is a couple different things like that. The ram is the sign of Aries as one of them. What else? Ram known for headbutting, fighting very aggressively. So pick your battles. Like I said, not everything is worth fighting over. But at the same time, not everything is worth hiding from either. So they want to make sure that you, I guess, kind of pick apart the differences and decide in the situation for the month which is right for you. So they are kind of interjecting and telling me, hey, don't tell them to be soft for every single thing. So keep that in mind, Pisces. Don't be soft for every single thing. Just certain things. And other things still go after quite hard, because we do have a new chapter coming in. So get out of your shell a little bit more. Walk on the edge of the cliff. Be that journeyman. And, be a little safe while you do it. But besides that, what a great month. What a great month for Pisces. That is the entire thing for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. That's it for me. Have a great July. I know you will.